Okay, another little update on some things. We've got the holiday season coming up, and a lot of people, they're doing Christmas shopping. And if you're not late with your Christmas shopping, one of the ways you can get pretty good deals on a lot of stuff is to buy it directly from China. I mean, let's face it, a lot of stuff we buy these days, a lot of these neat little electronic gadgets and items we get, they're made in China anyway. And so, whether you buy from a corporate retailer in the United States or direct from the Chinese, a lot of times it's coming from the same places. When you look at what's newest and sometimes a little bit unproven on the market, is new stuff like this is a quad rotor little remote control helicopter with a camera. So this one's available from an outfit called Banggood.com. And we can see Banggood.com. I'll put some links in the description thing. So, quad rotor helicopter with a camera system. Obviously, there's a lot of dual use for this. And if you get your kids up to speed on controlling these things and using them, I think it's actually a valuable skill for the future to be able to control and use remote cameras. And so, let's say that I think is a good gift for a kid these days. And what happens is, if you order direct from China, you're getting for what will basically be the wholesale price that a lot of retailers in the United States pay for this stuff. So here you'd see $52.99 with free shipping. The company also has a lot of spare parts available for these things. So it's not going to be that case with every single item they sell, but with this particular one, it seems that they're pretty good with spare parts for that. It's a fully supported merchandise item, spare rotors, remotes, all that kind of stuff. There's apparently a small video display in the remote, and then the device also records everything, usually on some sort of a mini SD card. When you look at buying this stuff, you have to understand that they are going to take your credit card number. If you are uneasy about, let's say, foreigners having your bank account information, don't use your bank ATM card. Get a prepaid card or get a card that you compartmentalize for your online shopping. Understand that you're going to be waiting a little while to get the merchandise. It's going to be a couple of weeks. They tend to ship this by what they call China Post, which will dovetail with the U.S. Postal Service once it hits the United States. China Post is relatively efficient. There's also a lot of Chinese nationals now who work in the U.S. Postal Service. Alex Jones has talked about it probably a little bit. Some people have a lot of conspiracy theory things to say about that. The reality is they just want the system to work smoothly. Because they have a tendency to dislike Walmart and some of the big American retailers as much as a lot of people here in the United States do. And in many cases, it's for a lot of the same reasons. The exploitation involved with employee abuse and things like that. They feel that if they can deal a little bit more directly with the U.S. customers, that they can offer a lower price, better service, and that they're going to be in a little bit more control on their end of how they get paid. Now, the downside of that is that warranty repair is really tricky. You've got to pay return shipping on a lot of items. Now, on really cheap items, they'll quite often just send you a replacement. Once they understand that you have purchase the item, they know you've paid for it. A lot of times they'll just send you a replacement without asking for the old one back. They would rather have positive reviews for their customer service than have somebody really bitching about it online. A lot of these people have had problems with PayPal in the past, so they will use their own credit processing for systems. Other times they can use PayPal. The Western Union one is notorious for not being able to get your money back. And Visa, MasterCard, they don't always take Discover. That's one of the things I've noticed about them. They can take American Express sometimes. That's rare, though. Usually it's Visa, MasterCard, Discover. They'll try to get on the PayPal system until somebody burns somebody. And that's part of how you can deal with buying a lot of this stuff direct from China and saving money. And you can also find some cutting edge type merchandise which may not have hit the US market yet. For example, a lot of accessories for the Baofeng radios, not very expensive, but you won't find them in the US shops yet because the Baofeng radios haven't gone mainstream yet. But you'll see that they have actually here at the Banggood people, they have a really good deal on the basic model of the Baofeng UV5R, and I would highly suggest trying out the basic model before you get the advanced models. This one basically doesn't have some of the transmission capabilities on the outer edges of the 2 and 4 meter band, but it is still an expanded 2 and 4 meter band radio. So really good pricing. The other thing you're going to see a lot with the Chinese web-based retailers is you're going to see volume-based pricing which doesn't require any special business license. Now, in the case of the Baofeng radio, with these guys selling them below $40 each, there's not a lot of difference here on whether you're buying one radio or 100. About a $2.20 difference. When you are looking at other types of merchandise, though, you will see some significant differences. And if you're looking for a little bit of a Christmas business opportunity and you've got a local flea market, a local swap meet, you want to know how some of these people get their merchandise, well, this is one of the ways you can do it. Is you can go in and you can find some pretty neat stuff. This is a quad-core tablet. We can go into their top sellers and we can find a lot of stuff. The quad-rotor chopters, some of them will have the camera, some won't. Some might have an upgraded remote with a larger view screen on a remote. And this is what allows you to do some things with your money which can be productive, especially during the holiday season when a lot of people are going to be shopping. You check your flea markets, your swap meets, things like that. See where there's room for a new merchandise. Try not to copy the other people. Try to find room for a niche. Check these guys out. Find something that you think is going to work to resell or as barter items. I do a lot of survivalist stuff, and so we talk about shit hit the fan barter items. With this stuff, maybe not. This is kind of sell and go. I hate to call it fly by night. Some of the stuff is going to last better than others, and you would like to be in a position to offer warranty repair service for these things. One of the things you have to understand is that on cutting edge technology, there is going to be a high failure rate with a lot of types of merchandise. You can get warranty support, especially once you're a regular customer with these guys. But if you're just getting one of everything, then it can prove difficult. If you're getting multiples on everything, expect to be able to communicate with an account handler who will work with you to make a lot of deals right. And you may or may not need to send the merchandise back. Again, there's shipping charges involved with that. A lot of times they'll take your word for it, or you can kind of examine the stuff and make a little video showing what was wrong. I had a situation, not with Banggood, but with another company where I was dealing with a lot of small spy cameras, and several of them failed. Several of them weren't that great. And that's one of the reasons why you're going to see a fairly high markup from retailers that do offer a warranty service at the store. But I'll talk a little bit differently about how this represents a business opportunity for people who have a little bit of an asset, but probably not enough money to play in the stock market or make larger investments. And at the lower middle class level, one of the ways that a lot of immigrant communities in the United States have been able to help people develop a little bit of a wealth mechanism through small scale retail.